Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast. I am so ready to get into another amazing conversation. And today we are going to be talking about our vision of love. Let's get into it. Hey. Welcome back. I am so excited to have another conversation with you about love, marriage, those things that your girl just speaks on, okay? We are off the heels of another Valentine's Day, and I've got so many emails from people, messages about how they celebrated the day. Now we're going to talk about real love. I'm just joking. Do you know that Valentine's Day is an estimated $24 billion a year business? $24 billion a year. My podcast mate, Sparkle, we talked about this on our podcast episode last week, Living in Love 24/7. If you didn't hear that, look, go check it out. It was a really great episode. We talked about just the amount of money and time people pour into this day. People get engaged on this day. People get married on this day. So there are so many anniversaries, engagements, parties, not just gifts. It's so much going on and spent on this particular day every single year. So on purpose, I tend not to talk about it so much, not to post about it, or even email people saying Happy Valentine's Day. I just don't. But that's just me. But now I want to talk about, since that's gone, what is your vision of love? What is your vision of love? I'm not talking about the Mariah Carey song. I have a vision of love. No, not that. But I guess maybe that. What is your vision? How do you see love? When we think about love and what that looks like for us, we always think about how we want to feel. I want to feel like I'm on cloud nine. I want to feel this. I want to feel that. But oftentimes those feelings, those emotions comes from actions. So I want to get into love the action. If you had to put in words or had to write down what love looks like to you, how do you see love? What would you say? Are you being loved? Are you being loved by your partner? Again, we often go to the feelings. I want to feel like I'm on cloud nine. I want to feel in love. Feeling in love, having that feeling comes from the being loved. How are you being loved? And how is that connecting to you emotionally? What does love look like for you? Now, we all know about the five love languages, what that looks like: quality time, kind acts of service, physical touch, all of those things, because we all need different things because love looks differently to all of us. So, are you being loved? And are you giving love? I often talk to a lot of people and they give me an example about giving love, and it almost sounds like giving respect. Because what do we taught growing up about respect? Show respect to those in the way you want them to show respect to you. I respect you the way I want you to respect me. Love does not work that way. So we're doing it all wrong. Don't love your wife or your husband the way you want to be loved, because that is the way that you see love. I'm showering you with gifts because that's what I like. I'm doing all these acts of service because that's what I want you to do for me. That's how I see love. That's how I know that you care. But for your partner, they may not see that way. So, how do you see love? What is your vision for love? What is your partner's vision for love? So, I think it's a very necessary question that we have to ask ourselves. In my couple conversation cards, right up there somewhere, I ask that very same question. It's one of my favorite questions because we often don't talk about that. We don't talk about a lot of things, but we often don't talk about that. We leave it up in the air for our partners to know how to love us. We never tell them, but we expect them to figure it out because you know how to love, right? Of course, I know how to love. We've been in relationships before, we loved before, but it doesn't mean that I will love you the same way I love that other person because they saw love a little bit differently. I want you to think about that. Don't love your partner the way you love your ex. Don't love your partner the way that you need love. Not everyone responds to physical touch. And can I say that oftentimes women respond more to acts of service and quality time, and oftentimes men respond to physical touch and some quality time because that may be important to them as well, especially if they are very high stress at work, outside life. Quality time is often important with men, especially as they're growing their families. But the way that you're giving love to your partner should not be the way that you want to be loved. It doesn't always work, it doesn't always balance out, and you're frustrated, your partner is frustrated, and we're not talking about what it looks like specifically for us. So I want you to get a piece of paper. You can pause this and get a piece of paper and come right back. And I want you to write down 3 ways that you need to see love being shown to you. Whether it's cooking you a meal so you don't have to cook every night, running your bath water, rubbing your feet. What are 3 ways? Security, support. Support is a very, very big one. Be on the lookout for a full episode about support in your marriage. But what does that look like for you? It's 3 things. I know you love me because you do 1, 2, 3, whatever that looks like for you. So I want you to make a line under that and put partner 1, 2, 3. What does love look like for your partner? How does your partner need to see love from you? Do you know? You would be surprised. I'm about to jump in the screen. You would be surprised how many couples I hear from, whether they've been married 2 years or 20 years, when I ask, how does your partner need to be loved? That's what I get. I get crickets. And then after that, that's a good question. I don't know. So if you don't know your partner's vision for love, how are you loving? How do you know that it's working? And how are you growing? Are you growing So I want you to take time out, look at that, the vision of love or our vision of love. What does love look like for you? And you may have five or six, but it's one, two, three, for example. What does it look like for you? What does it look like for your partner? Do you know? And ask your partner, hey, I wrote these things down. Let me know if it's right. Because you may be surprised and they say, hey, not really. Or they may say, you're exactly right. So you're on the right path there. But it's definitely important not just to take a day like Valentine's Day and shower and pour love for one day and spend money and do a whole show because society says that we have to show love, particularly on this day. But what happens tomorrow? What happens next week, right now? Where are we going? How are we progressing? And it all starts with your vision, your marital vision, your expectations, your vision for love. What do you need for your marriage to grow? That's it. That is all I got. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you want to share your answers, comment below. If you feel that you are being loved and supported in the way that it worked for you and the strength of your marriage, and you are giving the same to your partner, definitely comment and let me know. And if you feel you have some work to do, hey, that's okay. We've all been there. We've all been there. That's how your marriage grows. Nothing grows from perfection. It grows through trial, error, bumps, tribulations. So that is okay. I am right here with you. But let me know what works, what doesn't work. If you want to message me privately, feel free. Info at ksalone, KSALONE.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you feel that you have a friend that needs to hear this, okay? But until next time, you be well and goodbye.